What's up everybody? I'm Ryan Van Nieuwenhuis, also known as the Barbell Doc, and today I'm going to talk about what plantar fasciitis actually is and 3 drills that you can do to help get rid of that foot pain that you might be having. So first, if this is your first time here and you want to learn more about dealing with injuries and how to improve your performance in the gym, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you get access to all my future videos. So plantar fasciitis is a pretty common condition that a lot of people deal with, and it is characterized by pain on the plantar or bottom surface of the heel, and mainly at a point called the medial calcaneal tubercle. Now, although this point is the most common site of pain, the pain can also radiate up into the sole or the arch of the foot and even up near the toes. So this condition is typically caused by one of 2 scenarios. Either there is a very sudden and very acute overload of those soft tissues of the foot, or it's the result of a lower intensity but longer duration overload. So this is all in all a kind of workload issue, or a case where you just kind of stress those tissues too much for too long. They can't handle it and they get kind of angry and painful. Now, we often call this issue plantar fasciitis, but for most people that actually might be a little bit of a misnomer. So fasciitis has the ending of itis, I-T-I-S, which indicates that there's an active inflammatory process going on. And what we actually know is that in most cases of plantar heel pain, there really isn't much, if any, actual inflammation. So we actually term this plantar fasciopathy, and it kind of behaves more like a tendon overload issue than a true inflammatory reaction. So if you're doing things like icing, foam rolling the bottom of your foot with a lacrosse ball, all that stuff might help, but it's not going to provide any long-term benefit because those are good for decreasing inflammation, but since this isn't really an inflammatory process, it's not getting to the root cause of this issue. So the 3 drills that I'm going to show you are 2 drills to help strengthen up the soft tissues of the bottom of your foot, and 1 to help stretch everything out and get it a little bit looser. So the first drill I'm going to show you is just a modified calf raise, and we're going to do 1 main modification to this to make it target that plantar fascia tissue and the tissues on the bottom of the foot a little bit more. So what you're going to do is take a wedge or a rolled up towel, place it underneath the base of your toes, and then perform the calf raises from there. The reason why you do this is because it activates something called the windlass mechanism, which means that when your toes are extended upwards like that, and then you go up and do a calf raise, it targets those tissues on the bottom of your foot a little bit more specifically, and it can make this calf raise a little bit more effective in treating plantar fascia pain. So when I have most people do this, I usually start programming 3 sets of 10 to 15 reps, but using a relatively slower tempo. You want to go at a 2 to 3 second count on the way up, a slight pause at the top, and another 2 to 3 second count on the way down. This will just ensure that you're not doing any really fast or really aggressive type motions, which can irritate these tissues in the very beginning. The second drill is called the short foot drill, and this is a drill that I like to use to help increase the strength of some of the intrinsic muscles of the bottom of the foot. These muscles are the small kind of stabilizer muscles that help support the plantar fascia and the arches of the foot. So this drill is going to take a while to get the hang of because it requires a lot of coordination, but once you become good at it, it is an effective drill to help treat this sort of problem. So to do this, you're going to just have your foot flat on the floor. You're going to take your shoe off because it's a little bit easier to do this in a barefoot or just in socks. And then you're going to try to draw the base of your big toe and your heel together like you're trying to cramp up the base of your foot. I typically have most people start with about 5-second holds and performing 2 to 3 sets of 10 reps. But as you get better at this, you can hold it for 10, 15, 20 seconds and just decrease the number of reps that you're doing. So the last drill we're going to do is just a plantar fascia specific stretch. We're going to do this stretch because the research shows that using a combination of stretching and strengthening is probably the most effective way to manage this situation. So to do this stretch, you're going to take the affected foot, cross it up over onto the other knee, and then you're going to take your hand, grab your big toe specifically, pull your big toe up towards your shin, and then stretch your ankle so that the top of your foot is coming towards your shin. I recommend that you hold the stretch for at least 30 seconds and do about 3 to 5 reps, 2 to 3 times a day, just to help loosen up some of those tissues on the bottom of your foot and help calm things down. So those are the 3 drills that you can use to help manage your plantar fascia pain. I hope you found the information useful, and I'll see you next time.